Big data, hype, limits, and real value. Big data is often presented as a revolution, a force that will transform how we live, work, and think. But Stephen Few argues that this narrative is more illusion than reality. In his book, Big Data, Big Dupe, he challenges the idea that more data automatically leads to more value. He begins with a simple question: do we truly need every piece of data? Most organizations don't use even a small fraction of what they collect. Yet they keep storing everything, hoping that something meaningful will emerge later. The first problem is confusion. The term big data has never had a clear definition. Sometimes it means large data sets. Sometimes it means fast data, complex data, or data from many sources. Sometimes it means nothing more than a business fad. This definitional mess creates big expectations without clarity. Few then argues that the idea of big data is an illusion. Even companies with massive infrastructures rely on small, well-structured subsets of data. Good data is always smaller than the hype suggests. Human beings still reason abstractly. We don't need petabytes to find meaningful patterns. He also sees big data as a ruse, a marketing label that enriches vendors. The bigger the buzzword, the bigger the budgets, and the more organizations assume that technology alone will solve their problems. The result is a distraction. Instead of improving data quality, strengthening analytical skills, or clarifying questions, organizations chase storage systems, Hadoop clusters, and magical tools. But until you know how to use the data you already have, collecting more only increases noise. Few emphasizes that correlation is not enough. To understand a pattern, we must understand the cause behind it. Sampling, statistical reasoning, and domain knowledge still matter. Data is only as valuable as the thinking applied to it. He warns that poorly designed models can even become dangerous. As Cathy O'Neil describes in Weapons of Math Destruction, algorithms can amplify bias and harm people when deployed at scale and without transparency. Yet it is important to recognize the other side of the conversation. In big data, a revolution, Meyer, Schoenberger, and Kukier highlight the real opportunities that come from larger data sets. Search data predicting flu outbreaks, logistics optimized through constant streams of sensor information, new patterns uncovered through imperfect but abundant data. In these contexts, the ability to analyze more information genuinely improves decisions, and in Framers, the same authors refine their view. They argue that algorithms cannot create new mental models. They cannot reframe a problem or imagine an alternative. Only humans can do that. So the future is not big data replacing humans, but data combined with the uniquely human ability to frame, interpret, and imagine. A reasonable position sits between these extremes. Yes, modern systems generate more data than ever before. Yes, new tools let us analyze more than in the past. And some frameworks for working with messy, high-volume data are genuinely